What's up, guys? It's your boy Fix It Daniel, and today we're gonna be back on the bike. We're going for round 2 of getting these forks off my Kawasaki Concours 1400. So, without further ado, let's get this thing done. Guys, thank you so much for watching. Welcome to the channel. Today is a good, exciting day because we are back on our Kawasaki Concours 1400. We are going to be finishing up replacing these forks. If you haven't seen my last video, we basically had taken everything apart and we had basically pulled out everything we could think of. Then we started working on the forks, started working on getting the forks out, got all the nuts out, but one bolt was pretty much rounded. Took us almost a week of trial and error of everything I could think of to get that bolt out, and finally it came out after a little bit of heat and a little bit of know-how and hammering it in with a small size socket, and it eventually came out with some heat. So we are now in the presence of getting this taken care of. I'm hoping to get this wheel back on this bike, get it back on its front, and hopefully get this thing complete. So, without further ado, let us go and get this. Guys, it has been a long fight with this thing. Over a week, probably more than a week, probably 2 weeks total prior of us tearing this bike apart and getting all this done. We got everything is ready to go for the actual forks. These are the old ones right here. These are the new ones right here that are ready to install. I got them off the steering column and now they're ready to be installed in this bike, and these are ready to come out. They are already unbolted. They're already loose, ready to rock and roll. All we got to do is squeeze the little clamps where the pinch bolts go, and it just slides right out. Hopefully there's enough room on the ground here to get them out before we have to do any more lifting. Hopefully we don't have to do any more lift. Just unsqueeze them out and then get them going. So let's go ahead and start. Let's talk and let's get this going. Okay, guys. So we're now in the midst of just getting this all out, and all we have to do is just take a Phillips head screw. I got a crowbar here. I got a little small crowbar, nothing's crazy. You could use a flathead screwdriver, squeeze it, and it should just come right out. So it's being held more securely by this than the top. The top's like an extra thing of security, but this is actually what's holding it. Because once I open this, it just slides right out. So look at this. Open, see? And it comes right out. And I don't have to do any more liftings. So cool. So this is out, as you see, this side. So we're going to set this one down, and then we'll go to the other side, which we don't have a whole lot of room because of the fenders. Covers are on, but we can still get it to the side. We can get it from this side here just by squeezing it. It should come out then. So let's see. If not, I may have to get a flathead in there to help loosen this. Oh, it's coming. It's coming. There we go. So just gotta squeeze. But she's coming. Just gotta. There you go. Yep, there she's out. She's out. Awesome. 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 Cool. Whew. That wasn't too bad. What am I stressing for? All right. So now we got it out. So check the little holes. Nothing. Nothing loose. Nothing sticking through. Oh, okay. That's what that was hitting on. Okay. All right. So we'll get a rag, I guess, and we'll get this all cleaned up here, and then we'll go ahead and get the new ones in. So let me go and grab those, and then we'll get them stuck in right in. All right, guys. So what we're going to do now is, as you see now, it's nice and set where I want it. All right, guys. So you see This is nice and set where I want it, just like the other side. And it's all held in place. So what we're going to do now is we're going to tighten this bolt on both sides back, so that way it's tightened up here, and then we can tighten them down below. So we just take our, I believe it is our number 6 hex head bolt or hex head socket, and then we're just going to tighten it up. Kind of hold this light and do it at the same time is not exactly an easy thing to do. So give me 1 sec. All right, so we're just going to take the bolt, take our little screw and just get it tightened down. All right, now we can go ahead and put our wrench on it. We'll just tighten it up. These were not super torquely tight, so I'm just going to just do a semi-torque. That's about pretty good because these are not exactly holding these holding this in place. Is more of a secondary hold. The main hold is the one down below, because as I didn't have to come up here and unloosen it, the one down there I did. So that's letting me know that the one down there is holding more than this up here. This is just a secondary hold. So we're going to do the same thing on the other side. I can't get my camera over there, but just know that the same thing you did on this side here, the same thing you need to do on the other side. So we're going to turn this so we can get our bolt. All right, so now we're good. So now we're pretty much done up top. It's all bolted. It's all cinched down. Now we just need to go down below and get that all taken care of. So let's go do that. Okay, guys. So here's a tip. I'm assuming this is the way that you would want it to work. So to make sure that your shocks are even, one of the things I would think is do it on the bottom, because if they're level on the bottom, it's going to be level all the way up. So what you can do is, if you got a piece of long wood, an angle bar, something that's flat and straight, and that can give you a good level from here to here. So for me, I have this box. So what I'm doing is like putting it up against it. And if it teeters even a little bit, then we know that we need to go up or down, whether it be this one or this one. So as you see like here, see how it's kind of flush and it still has a little bit of wiggle room, and this side is completely flat. So that means that we need to go up on this just a smidget to make it nice and perfect. Just a smidget. So you have to play with it until you get it perfect. So like for me, it still needs, so this needs to come down just a little bit. See if I can get my feet under it to kind of hold it. Or here's another option. Other option, take this, take your bar. Try to get it even that way. So however you need to do it. So we need to get this actually out because actually the nut's in the way. I just realized that the actual nut is still in there. So we'll figure that out. We'll get that out in a minute. But now we're perfect. So make sure you get this aligned nice and flush, whether you're using a ruler, a flat piece of wood, or anything to get that nice and flat. If you can teeter it, if you can't teeter it and it's nice and stable, then that's where you want it to be. So it's nice and flat now from here to here. We're still not going to tighten up the pinch bolts just yet until we get the wheel on, because that way, if we have to make our even just a smidget of adjustments, we can do it down here. And then once we get it perfectly symmetrical, centered up, then we can tighten those up, and then that'll actually lock everything in place. So I know some people would probably go ahead and tighten these up, but you don't want to do that if your forks are off, if your forks are too high or too low. You want it perfectly aligned all the way across, so there's no issue. So I'm leaving the top bolts tightened. I may loosen them just a little bit, but until we get this thing on here nice and straight and flush, then we'll go ahead and tighten everything up. But I already have mine nice and tightened, so I don't have to do that. But I'm leaving the pinch bolts just in case we have to make just a slight bit of an adjustment. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and we're going to get the wheel back on so we can get everything nice and symmetrical and aligned. And then we can definitely go up and start tightening everything, and then we'll be good to go. So that's what we're going to go do next. Okay, guys, we're going to go and get this wheel back on. So go ahead and stick it through. Make sure you got it going in the right direction. There's a directional arrow on this tire to let you know which way it's going. So, but if always not, remember where you had it before. All right. So now what we're going to do is we're going to get the drive shaft in. So take our shaft off. This thing had spacer pieces on either side. So what we're going to do is we're going to take them and lube them real quick. Just put some lube on there. Nice good thin coat. Nice good thin coat. Stick it. All right, let that stay. Same thing. Some nice lube. Get it on the other side, and let's walk it in. Okay, get it hold in place. Now we get our shaft. So now our shaft, just put a little, give it a little bit of love, lube. Like so. Along with this too. This is going to go, let's give this a try now. See if this works. Bingo. Then we take our nut. Hold on, this stuff's a little greasy. All right. So now we take our tools, we'll tighten it up. So we take our 22, and our 22 here, and we're just tightening it all up. Okay. So the wheel's on there right now. That's what we wanted. So, so what we're gonna do now is we're gonna jack it up some more and get it off the ground here. Now it's touching. So. All right, now we got the wheel on, guys. So we got the wheel on there nice and good. But before we torque it, we got to tighten these up. So we take our, I believe is our number 6 again. Yep, a number 6, and just tighten them up. Here, I'm actually going to do it by hand because they're kind of loose. Pretty good. All right, we're gonna do this on both sides. All right, so now we can go ahead and tighten them up. All right, same thing on the other side. Well, actually, hold on, before we do that, we'll get this tight. We'll get this torqued real quick. And the torque spec for these is 15, and the actual shaft nut is 94. So let's go ahead and do the long one. All right, so 94 foot-pounds. All right, there it is, 94 foot-pounds. All right, guys, so we already got this torqued to 94 foot-pounds. Now we're going to tighten these to 15. All right, here's our 15 foot-pounds. Do the same thing on the other side. 15. All right, there's our 15 foot-pounds. All right, so now we got everything nice and guys. So it's a good thing I did a video on it because I made a mistake. than I showed you guys. So the thing that I made a mistake on was the spacers. So I said the spacers go in this way. They actually go into the wheel. Only reason why I knew that is because when I tried spinning it, it wouldn't spin. It was like tight, and I couldn't understand why. Because I took those spacer pieces and I put it in this way when it should have gone this way up against the bearing. So now it spins like a glove, no problem. I may have to replace the seals later. I don't know. We'll see if they'll hold, but they're in there. But I may have to replace the seals later. It's just saying. But they're in there. They're nice in there. They're in good. No problem. Spins free. So I apologize for that. A good thing I watched my video. I should have watched my video first to make sure I had it going in the right way. I just took the notion I thought I had it going in the right way. So that's my bad. So good thing I took some videos. I watched my old video on it, and it's actually going in this way. So, so where these are sitting, they're wrong. They need to be going in the other way. So the way they're separated, they need to be flipped. So actually, this side is fine. This side, the black one is fine. It's supposed to go towards the bearing. The one to the right needs to be flipped and going the same direction, going the opposite direction, going towards the bearing. So I messed up on that. That's my bad. So I may have to, if these don't hold, these seals don't hold, they look like they're holding okay. I didn't do too much damage, like I didn't do too bad of a damage to it. But if they start leaking, then I may have to get them replaced. But they look like they're okay. So we'll continue forward. Now we're going to go ahead and get the rotor back on. We're just about done. We just got to put this, I forgot about this last little piece here. We got to get this bracket, this piece back on with the horn. So it's, I think it's another 10. Yeah, it's a 10. But we got to get that going, and then we got to get the horn hooked back in, which goes in right here. Get them started. We'll tighten them up once we get the caliper on, because this is kind of in the way. But now we got that there. Now we can go ahead and start doing the calipers. Okay, guys, so we're gonna start doing the brakes. This is should be pretty easy to do. So really, honestly, it's just sliding them right back in between the rotors, and then you just get the nut back in place. Pretty quite simple. Let's get them all back in there. We'll do some brake. We'll do a brake video later. We may have to replace them, but I scuffed them up just to make sure that they, they stay on there. Make sure they're nice and set. Taking our number 6 again. And we're just gonna tighten them up. Oop, taking them off. Sorry. All right, so we got those on there. Now we got to do the same thing on the other side, get those going. All right, same process. Just get it behind the wheel, get it in between the pad, get the pads in between the rotors. Sometimes you have to finagle them because the pads don't want to stay. All right, let's try this again. Nice and easy. Might need some assistance. Not exactly easy going in. All right, let's give this a try again. There we go. All right. Get the bolt. Oh, I see what. Alrighty, get this out of my way. All right, we can go ahead and use the wrench to finish this off. All right, drive these home. All right, those are nice and on. All right, we're looking good. Then now what we can do, we're gonna go ahead and get our sensor back on. Before I do that, I just want to clean it off real quick. Any debris or anything on it. Okay. Then we just get it back in the hole. Okay guys, so we got our sensor back on. Now all we need to do is torque these bolts to 25 foot-pounds for the calipers. Darn it. Hold on, let me get the piece of this. Here it is. All right. So torque these bolts to 25 foot-pounds. Make sure they're in there good before you do it. All right. All right, 25 foot-pounds. All right, we'll do the same thing on the other side. All right. So you hear that noise? If you don't get that noise, then you haven't done it right. So you're just not supposed to be, most people think like you're not supposed to hear that. You're supposed to hear that brake noise. So you want to hear that. So we are all good to go, guys. It's all up there. Now we need to do just clean some of this gook stuff off, so we don't have any issues here. Okay, guys, and just like that, we are done. We are back on the ground. As you see, the wheels, everything is back up there. We got our forks right where they're supposed to be. Everything looks good. Wheels are good. Brakes look good. Everything looks good. Everything looks good. I'm super, super happy with getting this back together. Now, the reason why we don't have the fender on is because apparently these holes take these clamps right here. So what it is this gets mounted like that, and then this holds on to that little opening where the ABS is, right beneath the black thing. Then there's a screw that goes on and holds the fender on. Apparently, these bolts are pretty much ran through. So what we're gonna have to do is I'm gonna have to go get a tapping tool and tap those, and get these remounted so that way I can utilize them, because they're on here. As you see they go on there, and then this bolt is what holds the fender on. Those have been ran through. So I'm gonna have to get a tapping tool for a bigger screw to hold those on. And then we have to get this ductwork back in so that way we can take care, because we got a leak here. It actually seems like it's gone down. It could have been, it's still there. It's still a little leaky. So we have to figure out what that issue is. I think I'm gonna have to double tighten this down so the actual thing will sit. So I may have to come down just a little bit lower to where the nipple is and get it super tight. And I think we might be okay with that. I may have to replace this. I'm not for sure. It's just leaking out a little bit, but we might be able to get that taken care of. And then when we get taken care of, we can get this all back together, and we should be good to go. Something I may have to just take care of off camera. I think it's just I think this just not tight enough, and it keeps leaking out. So, and then like I said, the nipple is down a little lower. We'll probably get the clamp down where the nipple is and tighten it up, and that should take care of that problem. So that's something that we'll do off camera. All right, guys. So we are almost done. The only thing we got to do is get the fender on, and the issue is with the bolts. The bolts I was just showing to you. So what we're going to do, instead of waiting, we're going to go ahead and go get them. So we're going to go right now to Advance Auto, see if they got some screws, so we can finish this up, because I want to finish this up, and I want to show you guys it being done too. So we started from the beginning. We're going to finish it. So let's go to the parts store and see if we can get some screws. Okay, guys, so we're back from Ace Hardware. Let me show you guys what we got. So we just got some simple bolts. These are some 1.25 inch by I think it's 28. So they worked out pretty good, because that's what these are. These are 1/4, 1.25 inch. Oh no, I'm sorry, 1/4 and 28. So that's what these are. I got them a little longer so that way they go through. They seem like they're going to work. They're just a little bit on the sticking outside, but it should just be fine. It's not going to hit too much to the thing. It's not like this thing moves, but this will work. So we'll use this to bolt it up. I wish it was just a little shorter, but I couldn't find anything shorter than that. If it was it was either going to be too short in the sticking out, like, I mean, not enough sticking out, or too long. So this is the only one I could find. So what we're going to do is just put some nuts on it, tighten it up. Should be good to go. Okay, so these are 10s, just like the rest of them. So these will work. Like I said, they're not kind of what I was expecting, but these will hold. They'll do a lot more better job than having nothing. Drilling and tapping might be the way to go, but right now these will work. So for the time being, we'll use these. So these will work. They're just a little, not enough room to get them on, but they'll be on there. Here they go. Let me get my... These should do just fine. Yeah, that's not going anywhere. So we got one for each side. So like I said, this should hold. Maybe we'll come back if they come back later and they don't work. We can always do something else, but these should be just fine. So, actually, now I'm thinking about it, I'm thinking I'm going the wrong way. Okay, guys, after painstakingly getting this thing on, it's finally on, and I figured out why the problem was. All right, so here's what we got. So basically, I was taking these brackets here and I was putting it on the outside where they're supposed to go on the inside. So they weren't really fitting up right, and I thought they were backwards and all this weird and that. But then when I finally got them straight and looking at them, I realized one thing I was doing wrong was I was taking the bracket, instead of it putting it on this side, it was on this side and the bolt going through. So I had it on the wrong spot. So that was the reason why it wasn't working. So guys, that's pretty much it. It's all back together. It is all there. The only thing I'm going to have to deal with is right now to deal with this cooling thing. I think it's the actual coupling. It's not down far enough to hold it. I think it's getting past it and causing it to spew out with a little bit of pressure. So we'll get that addressed. We'll get the fairings back on, and then we'll take it for a spin. But for the most part, this thing is completely done. Started, I guess it was like maybe half a month ago. It's been like maybe like 2 or 3 weeks since I've actually written it, truthfully. The process is not hard. Just that when you run into stuff like, rounding nuts and you have to take it to the machine shop to have it be milled, or you're doing something like trying to get that nut off. That's what took the most time, was getting the nut off, because it was completely on there and it was just really hard. I tried everything. I tried round off tools. I've tried welding it with the aluminum rod and everything, and nothing was getting that thing out. It was just pretty much heat. Heat needed to be on there to get it off, and then it came off perfectly fine. So I'm super excited to have this done. Super excited to get back on and ride it. And I want to see actually how the suspension is. So that would be pretty nice to do. So. Well, guys, it's been a long process, but the bike is done. The only thing I have to do is take care of this side with the coolant leak, But other than that, it is completely done. I am super happy with the results. It did take a little long to do, but I wanted to show you guys a video from beginning to end, and pretty much at the end. Really, like I said, the only thing I'm not showing you is putting the fairing on, but I need to take care of that coolant leak first before I consider it done. But it's done as far as what I was trying to do. My main goal is done. So will also be one of the reasons I wanted to get it done too was because of the inspection. I need to get it inspected, and I didn't think it would work with the leak. Plus, I wanted to have it ready for the next riding time. So with the new ones in there, we can get the old ones replaced and fixed, and then have those ready for the next time these go bad, and then we can change them out and just kind of do a little swap, which makes it a lot easier because if they're starting to leak, then I can take those to the shop, get them done, then change them out and put them right back in. And they are kind of different in some ways, like with the bolts, with the hole I made, they're a little different, but pretty much they're the same. But just the bolts, different bolts will go on different things. Just because I had to make some, I had to drill and mill the holes for the speed sensor, as well as I had to use some nuts and screws for the actual fender cover. So where the new one, the older one, has it already on there, I don't have to do the drilling and tapping or the nuts. So they'll be totally different. So that's cool. It'll be unique between the two. So all I gotta do is just ride it and enjoy it, and then maybe in another video I will show you the results of what I've done so far with the shocks, and let you guys see that, and make sure that I did it right. So for right now, that's pretty much it. I'm still got a lot of stuff to do on this bike, a lot of stuff I'm gonna bring to show you guys. So please stay tuned for that. And if you guys like this bike and you guys like me showing you guys this bike, please give me a comment, give me a thumbs up, like and subscribe, share with your friends, and I really do appreciate that. I really appreciate all the love and support from you guys. I really appreciate people giving me comments saying I love your videos. I really do appreciate that. That really means a lot. I know I'm not a big blown up guy, but I try to do really good videos for you guys and show you guys good content as much as I possibly can. I am just one person doing this all by myself, video editor, the star, everything. I'm doing it all myself, researching, I'm doing it all myself. This whole entire channel thing is all on me. So I do appreciate you guys being patient and understanding that, I'm limited with my, abilities with everything that I have. And I would love to do some new stuff. I just have to figure out what that is. I don't see myself getting another bike, but I would like to do some more with this. There's so much more I can do with this and show you guys. So as long as I have it, I'm going to kind of continue to keep showing you guys some stuff. So, and all the stuff on the other cars and the trucks that I have as well. Maybe sometime in the future we may have something new, but don't really know until that actually happens. But yes, guys, we're getting close to the end of the year. The end of 2024 is coming really soon. And then we'll start the new year, 2025. So I hope that you guys will still be watching my stuff and liking and sharing and subscribing in 2025. When this bike is ready to get back on the road to ride, I definitely will be try to do some more riding vlogs if I can. We'll see how that goes and see if you guys like them, and we'll go from there. But guys, thank you so much. I really do appreciate it. I know you guys, people are going out for holidays and seeing family and seeing family and stuff. So we are going to go see family as well. So I just want to wish you guys a good break, and I hope that you guys spend time with family and loved ones, because it is very important. We don't get a chance to see them very often, and we don't know when we may. So why not spend the time with seeing them while you can? So guys, you guys have a good break, and I'm gonna go spend time with family, enjoy, and I'm gonna get this thing fixed so that way finish getting it completely finished and with the covers, and then take it off for a spin and show you guys the fruits of my labor, and hopefully that you guys like it. But guys, thank you so much for watching. I really, really, really do appreciate all the love and support, and I really do appreciate you guys. If you guys have any questions or comments or something, please go down in the comments. I do try to answer as much as I always answer, pretty much, whether it be good or bad. Sometimes not bad, always, depending on how bad it is. But if it's good and you guys are giving me a shout out, I always try to reach out because you guys don't have to do that, and I appreciate you doing it. But guys, thank you so much for watching. You have a good and blessed day, and I'm going to see you in the next fix. Until then, peace.